So Oscars right around the corner. Our friend Shane is back from Sunray Cinema, and we're going to be talking about events that you have coming up. But let's dive into the Oscars. So many great movies out there, but sometimes it could feel a little bit overwhelming. So are there any that you recommend if there was like a short list to, take a couple hours of your time to dedicate to?
So if I was going to dedicate a couple of precious hours to some standout films, the Best International Feature Film, Worst Person in the World, really stood out to me this year. Gave me all of these kinds of feels that I wasn't expecting to have in this movie. So that would be a good one. And then Licorice Pizza.
I think a lot of buzz about that. What is it?
Okay, so it's been on a lot of people's radars.
Yeah,
it's got that funky title, and somebody was just saying, "What is it about?" Shortest answer, it's about walking into that theater and immersing yourself in that movie, because that does what movies are supposed to do. It takes you to a place that you've been, because it's a coming of age story, and we've all come of age, and those of us who haven't are going to, but maybe they should wait on this movie because it's a grown-ups movie, Licorice Pizza. But then something that many of us haven't experienced, which is that it's set in the 70s, it's this period piece, that shows what growing up was like at that time in a way that we can't imagine unless we're watching it on film. And we had the great pleasure of playing that on 35mm film, as well as the digital release, which was exciting and just the way movies should be seen. That and Worst Person in the World played over the course of this last crazy year at Sunray.
Yeah, it has been a crazy year. What about on the streaming side? Because things have changed. The industry has been flipped upside down. You don't need a huge studio behind you, a gigantic budget in order to be nominated now for Oscars. So is there any you recommend on that side?
So flip is a funny word because there's a lot of back and forth. I wouldn't say it's flipped. I think there's some theories that it has flipped, but I don't believe it has. I think people are still going to come out in theaters. I'll tell you about an interesting one, Netflix, Don't Look Up. So that was a really interesting one because it was a Netflix release, Netflix produced. They gave it to theaters like Sunray and all over America to play before it hit Netflix. Why? I think we know why, because movie theaters get eyeballs on films in a way that your TV, your campaign, nothing can do. So we were very pleased to play Don't Look Up, another Oscar nomination, right?
Yeah.
And that was really great. I'm not going to say Netflix is low budget. It's a small company.
It depends,
but
it is a vehicle in, so I think that's one of the things that's happening now.
For sure, it's changing.
Yeah, now let's talk about Sunray Cinema. So you have an event coming up.
Yeah, Sleeping Giants Fest. So smaller films that you're not going to necessarily hear about at the Oscars, but you're going to go, gosh, I wish I had known somewhere, somehow, that this was going to be out. So films that don't necessarily come to this theater are going to be playing Sleeping Giant Fest weekend, which is in just a couple of weeks. And it's a music fest as well. So 2 feature films that I would talk about there. Some good ones. We've got a documentary feature that I just saw last night. One of the very, very best. Annotated Field Guide of Ulysses S. Grant.
Wow.
Documentary, but with a little bit of experimental, so it's going to be like nothing that you've seen. That was
When you say experimental, what do you mean by that? So you're taking like a history piece, but what's that side of it?
It's not told in a super straightforward way. If you saw this one in a PBS zone, you'd go, okay, all right. There's all of these tactile pieces that he introduces through film in the form of Civil War games and things like that, and just a lot of nature and outside and what it looked like, really taking you to that place. And that's something that a documentary tries to do, but it doesn't do it in a way where it's like, in this year, this happened, with the talking head on the screen. And so that's an experiment in documentary storytelling. So that's very exciting. But there's features, just straight up narrative features as well. We're working with the Players for the first time. They're sponsoring a film called The Phantom of the Open. A guy loses his job, says, I don't know what to do with my life, and I've always wanted to play golf. Well, maybe I'll enter the British Open, and holy cow, it worked. He's a prankster. It's awesome. And that was phenomenal, and that's coming up.
And if people want to learn more about Sunray Cinema and everything that you have in the future, what's the best route? How do they do that, and how do they experience some of this great popcorn? Nothing like it.
Thank you. Sunraycinema.com is our website. We've got an app now that's pretty cool that might prompt you to download. And then Sleeping Giant Fest has its own website as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. We appreciate it. Stick around, more to come right after this.